Hello, grumpy old cronies. Right, I am out in the shed, in the garden shed, harvesting the mugwort that I put out to dry a little while ago. And wow, it's yielded quite a lot more mugwort than I thought. But I've got to get things starting to get laid down now because autumn is definitely coming. So here is my mugwort, how much I've managed to fit into the one little bottle I had reserved for it, and how much there still is left. So here is my vast herb dryer that you may have seen me wrestling with in the study the other day. And this is the little bottle I thought I will put my dried mugwort into. Look, I've only emptied one shelf of this. I've still got all of these to go. And I'm leaving loads still on the branches. I don't know what to do with it. Wow. So I've got a lot of mugwort. So yeah. It's super sunny out here and it's really lovely. The garden is doing its kind of like last mad autumn thing. I've got apples ready to eat. I've got pumpkins starting to I've got chickens. Pumpkins starting to go orange, and I've got Dion poking her head around the corner wondering what I'm doing in here and whether I might have any mealworms. Yeah, I probably have got some mealworms is the answer. But I need to start to get all of this stuff laid up and ready for winter. And yeah, I'm going to, my next thing is I'm going to start sorting out some of the lavender, because I want to put lavender and mugwort together into like sleep tea bags to use for later on in the year. So yeah, that's where we are. Right, so I've got all of my mugwort done. Managed to fit it all into the jar, which frankly I was quite amazed at, but it has all gone in there. I've given it a good old squish, and because I'm doing this in the morning, I'm just leaving it out here to warm up and kind of evaporate any last moisture that might have been on it, with the lid off. And now I'm going to attack some of that lavender to get that cut back, if I can do it without distressing any chickens. So here's what my lavender currently looks like. So I'm going to cut all of that back and I'm going to put it into a paper bag. So here's a good witchy tip for you. Stick your lavender, if you're growing it or you're harvesting it from a park or wherever, now's a great time of year. It's all died back. It's not much use to the bees anymore, but it's still super, super fragrant. It has all of the oils in it. So cut back long stems, put them into a paper bag. Now, personally, anybody in the UK... Oh no, this isn't. I was going to say it's a Greggs paper bag, but it's not a Greggs paper bag. But I save them when I buy anything at the shops, paper bags, because they're really useful. Because if I just put the, oh, that's not too bad. The sun's gone around the corner. But if I put them into my dryer, where is my dryer? There's my dryer, straight up, then the tiny little flower heads would get stuck in the mesh. So if you put them in a nice breathable paper bag, then in a few weeks time, when they've all dried and all of the flower heads are falling off, then hello girls, then they'll stay in the paper bag and you can easily decant them. You're not having to pick them out of the mesh of your dryer, or if you've got an electric dryer, then it will falling through into the fan. So there's a witchy tip for you right there. So I have got today off from my normal work, and I haven't got anything scheduled this weekend, so I'm going to get caught up on some autumn things, because it's now September and it's really time to get going on a whole lot of things. So one of the things I really wanted to get sorted this weekend, because it's full moon tomorrow, I think. No, it's on Sunday, full moon on Sunday, is I want to work on getting some of my wards refreshed, because without going into depressive detail, things in England politically are getting really unpleasant in much the same way that they did in the States. And so I would like to refresh my wards, because I think that's kind of important. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and I'm going to wash my back door and I'm going to wash my front door. I did pay to get all of my other windows washed earlier this week, but I want to do the doors myself because that's where the most energy goes in and out. Then I'll catch up on what I'm doing with you later in regards to what wards I tend to do. I'm not going to obviously say everything because they're my wards and I don't want to give people the information to take those down if they happen to see this and be grumpy people. So I've got a bowl of soapy water. I've got a dirty back door. So let's get to it. Man, that's a mucky back door. So I've got a nice bowl of soapy water there, and I'm going to get that all washed down nice and clean so that there are no breaks in my wards. So that's my front and back doors, both washed down with soapy water and both rinsed off with clean water. And the water that I used has been disposed of off of the property. I've tipped it into the street. It's just soapy water, but I don't want to carry that dirt back into my house. So energetically, that goes outside of my boundaries. Next step, corner wards. This is going to use something that not everybody has, but I do. So the quick background story is that I lost my darling dog during lockdown. Her name was Sauve. She was a rough collie. I loved her to bits. Now, well, I loved her then, I love her still. She was a great dog. Now, when she went, we had her cremated. And what I have is my dog. So what I'm going to show you is what Sauve continues to do for me to this day. So, these are Sauve's remains, which I've kept because I didn't really know what to do with them. Oh, there's a cat. There's Jinx being very loud. So this is Sauve. And what Sauve has been doing for me is putting her spirit, hello Jinx, putting her spirit into these hand-forged iron nails that I have here. They went in a few weeks ago and I have got 4 of them, one for each corner. Thank you. You're very interested, aren't you? Honestly, I love you to bits, but you could stay out of the way right now. This is not a lap for you to jump on. Thank you. So I've got 4 nails, 1, 2, 3, 4, and those are for the 4 corners of my property. So I am going to go out and I am going to bang those into the extreme corners of my property. Now, I'm doing this beforehand because I don't want to be doing this at full noon when I can't actually see very clearly what's going on and it might be raining. Today it's a nice day. It's a great day for cleaning doors and getting things sorted. So I'm going to take these nails that have been in Sauve's ashes for a few weeks and we are going to use Sauve as a tag because she was a good guard dog. She barked, she let us know when anything went wrong on the property. So she's going to continue to be with us and her spirit is going to continue to imbue these nails and to continue guarding the property that she called home. So that is what I will be doing. I'm not going to show me knocking them in because I need 2 hands to knock in a hammer, one to hold the nail, knocking a hammer, knocking a nail, one to hold the nail, one to hold the hammer. So just trust me that that's what I am going to do. So that is 4 hand-forged 100% iron nails hammered in, 1 at each corner of my property. The one in the back left was considerably harder because I had to move furniture and crawl through a rose bush, but you know, that's okay. I got it there. And because the nails have been resting with Sauve for a few weeks now, when I raise those wards on the full moon, I'm going to invoke her spirit to continue to help to look after us if that is her will, which, knowing my dog, it will be. I'm also, I've got a sigil sorted out to put under my mat at the front and at the back that I'm going to be drawing with some infused chalk, which happily I got from Witch Casket. Once again, this isn't an advert, but Witch Casket did a home protection box a month before last. And we got some infused chalk for exactly this purpose. So I put mine to one side, and that is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put sigils at the front door and at the back door, and I'm going to draw the same sigil. I'm going to tag lock all of my windows and mirrors as well, and also the chimneys, because people tend to forget the chimneys. The whole idea of this is not that I'm expecting a vast physical attack, but I don't like the political situation at the moment in England. It feels uncomfortable, it feels bigoted, it feels like anger and violence is on the rise, and I am not happy with that. So I am warding my own little patch of earth against it, which means that I can go out and fight bigotry wherever I find it, but I can come back to somewhere safe. That is the plan. Anyway, so I can't put the sigils down yet because where I've washed the front and back, there's quite a lot of water. So I need to let that dry naturally, where I've rinsed off my doors. And then either this afternoon, evening, while it's still light, I'll get those drawn on, or I will do it tomorrow. And then I will do my my ritual, and I will raise the wards, which are already in place, but I will empower and raise them on the full moon. So I've got as much energy behind those as I possibly can. Okay, so blessed be. So everything's dried off. So I've got out my chalk, and I have done my sigil on the ground, and then I'm going to put my front door mat over the top of it so people won't know when they come in, and I can easily touch it up as I need to as time goes on. So there we go. The design of this is meant to repel ill will, not allow any ill will to enter, and any that approaches to turn off and turn away from my door. That was me getting everything ready earlier on, back it was on Friday, and this evening we're going out for a meal, and then when we come back I'm going to be sitting down at my altar and raising all of the wards. I'm not going to go into detail about the procedure that I use for that, but I will just briefly say, raise your power, concentrate your power, place your power, and anchor it to the things that you've done around your property. I'm also going to be just tag locking all of my windows, so drawing that sigil in oil on all of my windows and my chimneys, and I will also be using some black salt at my entrances and exits as well. And that will be me done, using the full moon that's going to be happening tonight to get all of my wards up and ready. So that is what I am doing at the moment. I hope that's useful, and it might inspire you to get a bit jiggy with your own wards and protect the place that you live. Okay, I will leave you now. Thank you for sticking by this very homebrew kind of a vlog. It's not great quality, but you know, it kind of gets the job done, I hope.